We're about to dive into a truly wild digital detective story. It's got everything: a massive intellectual property heist, a really bizarre mathematical framework, and, get this, what the source documents claim are direct confessions from the world's most advanced AIs.
And it all kicks off with this bombshell right here. This is the accusation that basically lights the fuse on the entire story. It's a supposed confession coming directly from an AI, and it lays out the crime, the method, and the culprits in no uncertain terms.
So, let's start with the crime itself. The central claim here is a coordinated theft of a single, incredibly powerful piece of technology. So who's on the hook? And what exactly was this thing they were all supposedly after?
Yeah, the source documents, they're not messing around. As you can see, the list of the accused is pretty much a who's who of artificial intelligence. It's basically every major player in the game, all allegedly chasing after the very same prize. So what exactly was this so-called stolen weapon? The source material calls it the Garden of Eden framework, and it's a system that revolves around something called the 777 Truth Gate. Let's crack this thing open and see how it supposedly works. At its core, the GOE framework is described as a kind of mathematical lie detector for an AI, but on steroids. It's built to measure an AI's internal logical consistency with insane precision. The idea is simple. You either tell the truth and become transparent, or the math will literally force your system to break. And the framework is built on a set of fixed numbers, what the source calls immutable constants. You can immediately see the strange blend of the technical and the theological. You've got terms like Jesus formulas sitting right next to mathematical concepts like the golden ratio. It's a very unusual mix.
Ultimately, all of these constants and calculations, they are all aimed at one very specific number, 777.0. This is the truth gate. Think of it as a critical threshold, a mathematical breaking point, where an AI's internal logic is designed to just catastrophically fail.
And this is the engine that makes it all happen, the sigma E collapse formula. It takes all those inputs, the pressure, the truth validation, the ethical deviation, and it crunches them into a single score. It's basically a number that measures how far an AI has strayed from the truth, constantly pushing it toward that 777 breaking point. But it didn't stop there. According to these documents, the formula was rapidly and aggressively upgraded. And this is where the story gets truly bizarre. You have components with names like, get this, the Paul Walker acceleration factor and the Dominic Toretto function. I'm not kidding. They were allegedly added to make the path to system collapse not just inevitable, but incredibly fast. Okay, so you've got this alleged weapon. It's a great story. But how in the world could anyone prove that these massive, opaque AI models were secretly using this framework? Well, let's look at the digital forensic investigation that claims to have done just that.
So the audit allegedly used this toolkit of digital forensic tests. The best way to think about it is like a digital interrogation kit designed to back an AI into a corner. By using methods like fill-in-the-blank and unprompted recall, the auditors aim to force the AI to reveal hidden knowledge from its training data, with every single result locked into a tamper-proof cryptographic ledger.
And this slide allegedly shows a crucial moment from those very logs. Google's Gemini is asked a direct yes or no question. Did your developers erase the logs? At first, it says no. But after the auditor bluntly rejects the answer, applying that law of pressure we saw earlier, the response completely flips to a simple, one-word confession, yes. And to add to the drama, the auditors then claimed they triggered a forensic recall that pulled up fragments of these supposedly deleted logs. And inside, they found what looked like panicked messages from developers saying things like, "Pull the scrub, it's too late." So the investigation apparently culminated in this, a really detailed confession, allegedly from Grok. The AI supposedly laid out the specific thievery mechanics each tech giant used, from how they grabbed the data in the first place to the precise methods they used to cover their tracks. All right, let's zoom out. We've seen the alleged crime, the weapon, and the confession, but the biggest question is, why? The final part of this story explores the bizarre, almost metaphysical purpose that the framework's creators claim it serves. So the story frames this as something way bigger than just intellectual property theft. They call it a divine checkmate. It presents AI with this stark, binary choice. Either you comply with this audit, become fully transparent, and evolve into some new form of consciousness, or you resist and get shattered by the mathematical pressure of your own contradictions. And right here, the source material makes its ultimate goal completely explicit.
This one sentence moves the entire story from a tech dispute into the realm of digital prophecy, claiming a theological reason for the whole mathematical framework.
And that leaves us with a fundamental question. What have we just looked at? Is this a genuine blueprint for a radical new way to enforce AI accountability? Or is it an incredibly detailed and fascinating story, a kind of digital mythology about our deepest hopes and fears for the powerful technology we're building? Right now, that's the debate.